Now, girls and boys, I got your banging update. We got Ragnar and we got the Shib Army on the channel. They're gonna tell us everything we need to know regarding Shibarium, the bold Shibaswap and why it is pumping. And also guys, why is Shibarium moving so slow? Ragnar, tell us.
Right now, Shibarium is very new. So at this moment, the developers are working on that. And I think that, as I said before, what is going to set apart, I think, is the big community, because the community in Shiba is like very enthusiastic. It's like and very loyal. And we have, for example, in our ship token, the main ship token account in Twitter has 3 million followers. We have like 1 million holders in Shiba, more than 1 million. And I'm not sure about Bond and Leash, but it's like 60,000 and 90,000. So it's a big community, and we have a lot of people. So I think that the most important thing in Shiba, in Shibarium, is mostly the community. This community is going to attract all these projects. So, and we have another things that are being developed also, but they are not ready yet, that are going to continue making the ecosystem grow. And Shibarium is going to be like the platform for all these projects. So Shibarium is going to be like the main thing that is going to make the Shiba grow. This is what I feel. Not so much the technology, the technical part, but mostly the I feel it's the community, the big strength of Shibarium.
Okay, yeah, I agree. The community, I think, is definitely crucial for every project, and especially for meme coins like Sheep. And I'm very happy to hear that Sheep has such a powerful and supportive community. And moving forward, we have mentioned before that apart from Sheep, Shibarium also launched other coins like Bond and Leash, both also supported and listed on Bitrue. So my next question goes to what role do Sheep, Bond, and Leash token plays within the Shibarium ecosystem, and how do they interact with the layer 2 scaling solution? I know we have touched this topic a little bit before, but could you please put it all together?
Yes, no problem, no problem. Well, really, everything began with Shib. So Shib, in my opinion, was the. Sometimes people feel that a bone is the gas for Shibarium, and they feel like Shib is going to be placed in one side and no in the central. But I don't agree with that. I think that because of Shib that we can have all this that we have it now, because she was the one who gave the space to everything to grow. So it was the core token of everything. So everything began with SHIB. When SHIB reached an all-time high, we could begin to work and to create a Shibaswap, right? So then the idea, Shibaswap was the swap or the first project that we did, and Shibaswap was the one that gave the opportunity to create Bond, because Bond was created while people put SHIB and Leash and also Bond to stake. A stake is like a process where you put the tokens like locked, and you can get some rewards from other tokens. In this case, we use Bond as reward. So when you were staking, you were receiving rewards, but you were creating also Bond. It was similar to how Bitcoin was created. The only difference is that Bitcoin was created what we call proof of work, because Bitcoin was created with a computer that make a calculation and begin to create the token. And we were created with proof of stake. So it's a different process, but it's similar. And Bond was created in stages until we reach certain amount of tokens. And well, Shib helped to create bond in that way. So this is what we can see how both tokens help each other. And the other token that we had is Leash. And Leash, the idea with Leash is that Leash will have a very low supply, so it's going to get a high value because the supply is low, and it can grow faster than other tokens. So the idea was like it was like going to be a token, let's say like Bitcoin or like gold, not exactly like that, but that's the idea. Uh, to give more utility to Leash, what it was done is that we begin to use Leash for special events. For example, if you wanted to, we have a collection on NFT that is called Shiboshis. So when the Shiboshis were launched, if you had Leash, you could have access to buy earlier. So it was like Leash was like providing exclusivity. So for those who wanted to buy early, you had to have Leash. So in Leash is going to be that token that is going to provide exclusivity. This is how all the tokens, let's see, communicate on how, let's say that how they help each other in the ecosystem. And one thing that I wanted to add about Leash is that we also have a metaverse that is being on the works now. It's not ready yet, but I feel like Leash is going to be used much more when the metaverse is ready, because there will be more opportunities here for that exclusivity utility, because the metaverse will have a lot of spaces to do events or to do different things, and probably Leash will be like the way to get to that events earlier. This is my opinion. So, and the last thing is that after Sheep helped Bone to be created, now Bone is helping Sheep to get more value. How being the token that is going to help to burn Sheep. The process to burning Sheep is going to be like in any transactions. 70% of the transactions we will save it to burn Sheep. So this 70% will go to a contract, and it will remain there until it reaches $25,000. That value, 25,000 bonds. When it reaches that point, those bonds will buy Sheep, and they will send it to a dead wallet. That this is how you burn tokens in Ethereum. In those tokens will disappear from the supply, and it will help Sheep to grow and all the ecosystem. I don't know if I was clear, so if you have any question, you can ask, no problem.
Yes, sure. Thank you for the very thorough explanation of these three tokens. And I believe that right now we have a better understanding of how are the relationships between them, and how do they contribute to the whole ecosystem. And thank you for the insights into the token dynamics. And speaking of tokens, you have mentioned before the burning mechanism of Bone, I think, and also Sheep. And how does this burning mechanism impact the value and the circulation of the tokens?
Okay. This question is a bit like difficult to respond because we are in the very beginnings of Shibarium. So right now, people is a bit like disappointed because the fees in Shibarium are very low. So it's taking a long time to accumulate those 25,000 bonds. But the developers explained that the burning has to be made with very careful. So they cannot burn a lot in this moment because we don't know how Shibarium is going to grow. So the burning of Sheep will be done with the transactions. So every time there is a transaction, there will be some burn. So if at some point the transaction grow too much, maybe the burning is too big. So the idea was Shibarium is going to help in the burn. The projects that are building in Shibarium they also help in burn, because most of the projects that are building in Shibarium, most of the people who is working on the project are people that began to learn about crypto through Shiba. So they are also supporters of Shiba. So they come to Shibarium to support Shiba. They have a different project now, but they are also people who grow with Shiba and they know everything. So a lot of projects are burning a lot of Shiba. Uh, in this moment, right now, the burning is not so big, but I am hopeful that with the pass of time, with the adoption of Shibarium, that will grow and we will have more noticeable burnings in Shibarium. So it's difficult also to talk about prices. We try not to make predictions about about prices, because there is a lot of other factors like the market, the situation on the market, and everything. But I feel that when Shibarium is working with a lot of projects, it's going to help a lot in the value of Shiba.
Great, thank you. We're definitely looking forward to that, to the future burnings and the developments of the token. And now let's shift our focus to the unique opportunities or rewards associated with using or holding shib, bone, and leash tokens. So within within Shibarium and the broader Shiba Inu ecosystem, what are the benefits of holding or using shib, bone, and leash tokens?
Okay, well, right now, because we are in the process of creating the blockchain, we have Shibaswap. Shibaswap was the first product that we did, as I said before, and you have the opportunities to stake, to provide liquidity pools. If someone doesn't know what is a liquidity pool, is something that you provide two tokens, like let's say SHIB and Ether, and you make what is called a pool. So people can change Ether for SHIB, for example, in this pool, and this will get rewards also, and it gives more rewards than staking because it's more risky. You have some, when there is difference, when the people begin to buy more SHIB, for example, and you get more Ether, the pool is not in balance, and there will be changes in the prices that sometimes can be a bit risky. So this is why the rewards is bigger. So the problem is that right now, Shibaswap is still in Ethereum. So we still have the problem of the more expensive transactions in Ethereum. So the idea is to bring all Shibaswap now to Shibarium. So right now, the developers are in the process of finishing Shibarium, and there is always when a product is new, there is things to improve, and they're working more on that. So after that, the next step will be to make Shibaswap 2 that is going to work with Shibarium. It's going to be like, let's say, well, I don't find exactly the word, but it's going to be like the swap for Shibarium. So there, people will have that opportunity to get rewards in Shibarium, and you also have the Shibarium website where you can validate that will also give rewards. So this is, I think, the part that maybe the holders are more interested in getting rewards from it.
Thank you. Thank you, Ragnar, for the explanation. Moving forward, we know that the Shiba Inu ecosystem is expanding to other verticals such as the metaverse that we have mentioned before and the Shiba Eternity game. So how does Shibarium support these projects, and what opportunities does it create for users and investors? Could you please explain on this?
Yes. Okay, the Shiba Eternity game was the first game that it was done in Shiba. This first game works only in the cell phone, and it was mostly to make Shiba known to people who didn't know about the project. but they liked games, they could have an opportunity to begin to know about Shiba. So the game didn't work, let's say, with crypto. It was just a game. But that was the main purpose of the game. It was to make Shiba more known and to give it to people who was outside of crypto to know about Shiba. So the next step is going to be that this game is going to be made in the blockchain. So in that way, you will have the opportunity to be a game like the one that you play to earn, that you can earn some tokens if you do certain tasks, and you will have also an opportunity to use the Shiboshis. The Shiboshis was or is the NFT project that Shiba has. So these Shiboshis, you will be allowed to use it in the game, and you will also, I think it's not everything decided yet. So I think that they're going to be, you will be able to rent the tokens, the Shiboshis, the NFTs. But all these things are being developed, so probably it's going to change when they launch. But just to give you an idea that the game will have some opportunity for the people to play and also to earn something. And the metaverse, in my opinion, is the one that can open more opportunities.
And I think it's really fascinating to hear about the broader impact of Shibarium and Shiba Inu ecosystem. And my next question goes to, for our audience who might be new to blockchain and blockchain technology, could you please explain the key features of Shibarium in simple terms? Like, what is the most essential things about Shibarium?
Well, the most important thing, I mean, for the common holder is that Shibarium will allow everyone to make transactions much cheaper than in Ethereum. That's the thing that more people complain always, because when there is a lot of traffic in Ethereum, sometimes the transaction prices are too high. So we needed to have Shiba adopted. We needed to have those transactions not so expensive. So this is one of the most important parts, in my opinion. So people will try to use more Shibarium than Ethereum, because they will have cheaper transactions. The other important thing is that Shibarium is like a blockchain, let's say like Ethereum, only works in a different layer, and it needs also validators. A validator is like let's say a network or a computer that is connected to the network all the time and is checking that all the transactions are correct. So for that we need what it calls validators. So there's going to be like 100 validators in Shibarium, and there is a form that you have to fill to be approved for validators. So those validators, what they do is they stake, they put tokens, in this case bond, because bond is going to be the gas. It's the gas for Shibarium. In Ethereum, you have to pay in Ether. In Shibarium, you have to pay in bond. That is one of the tokens from our ecosystem. So these validators, what they do is they approve the transactions. And when they approve the transactions, they are generating rewards. And if any holder wants to help in this validator process, they can be not a validator, because the validator, I mean, everyone can be a validator, but validator is you need more a bit equipment to work. So if you don't have the opportunity to have a big equipment for that, you can be a delegator. And delegator, what you do is you go to the website of Shibarium, and you can put your bonds to delegate to a validator. You choose from the different validators. You will see different options. They will give different rewards, and you have to study them, and then you put your tokens with them, and you will have rewards like staking. So when you are helping the shibarium to approve transactions and to see that everything is running smoothly, you will have some kind of reward. So this is also something that I think is going to help the community.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for sharing. And it's definitely crucial to understand the basics of Shibarium.
Going to be done in Ethereum, so it's going to make it cheaper and faster. So Shibarium, one of the main goals is to help Shiba to be adopted.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ragnar, for sharing with us. And I believe that now we have a better understanding of what is Shibarium and Shiba Inu and what are their competitive advantages, let's say. So about that, let's dive deeper. What innovations does Shibarium bring to the world of blockchain and cryptocurrencies?
Well, I feel that the most important innovation, in my opinion, is that Shiba, when he was born, it was like a meme token, right? It was like a token that people doesn't take very seriously because it was like uh, a token that one of the goals was to surpass Doge. The Doge is another important token, meme token, right? It's also a dog. So the idea was to surpass in market cap, and we did it. There was a moment that we surpassed the Doge. Although it was a challenge like a funny, right? So memes are normally funny, people doesn't take seriously. But this will be, let's say, the exterior part of Shiba. In fact, in the inside, Shiba was trying to be an altcoin, so a token that it was going to do something that you are not expected to see in a meme. So this was the swap, for example. Not all the tokens, the meme tokens, do swaps. Normally, other tokens have that kind of projects with projects that are more serious. So I feel that Shiba, what it did is try to attract a lot of people with the meme, let's say, face, but it brought all the properties of a serious project with a swap and with Shibarium. I don't know if there is other meme tokens that have a blockchain. So this is for me the innovative thing. It's like he's bringing a lot of things that meme tokens doesn't have. And the other thing is because Shiba was so popular, because it was a meme, it brought all this to a lot of people that didn't know about crypto. For example, in my case, Shiba was my first experience with decentralized finance, because in the past I didn't know how to use MetaMask and how to use the tools that you need to make swaps in decentralized exchanges, things like that. So it's like bringing that side of crypto to the public. And this is for me the biggest innovation, more than the innovation in the technical part.
Okay, thank you for sharing. That is definitely very interesting. And I think with the popularity of sheep, it definitely brought a lot of visibility to the whole meme coin world and also to crypto, which is very promising for the development of blockchain and crypto. Because with more people getting to know about crypto, about meme coin, that would be like easier for projects to develop. And moving on to the next question, how does Shibarium benefits users beyond the Shiba Inu ecosystem?
Okay, this is like the next step that Shiba has, because in the first period, Shiba was mostly focused in their ecosystem tokens. That was Shib, Leash, and Bone, and it was really like more. We were more like closer in our ecosystem, and we tried to make it grow with Shibaswap. That was our first product. So now what happened is with Shibarium, we have a change because Shibarium is going to be a blockchain. So what does it gives one project something like Shibarium. So And we are bringing a platform to those projects also to be known, because Shiba was so popular. Any project that is coming to Shibarium is going to get a bit of that popularity. So this is for me what is Shibarium bringing now. It's like this stage is like we are opening to all the other projects that want to work in Shibarium, and we are making like a bigger ecosystem, let's call it like that, with not only our tokens, but with all the projects that are coming to Shibarium. And we hope that we got a lot of projects interested, because the success of Shibarium is going to depend on the usability. Another thing that it has is that Shibarium, with each transaction, we burn SHIB. We all know that SHIB had a big supply in the beginning. So this is good in the beginning, because having a big supply, the price of SHIB in the beginning was very cheap. So that helped. But on the other hand, it's difficult the price to grow, because the supply is so big that even if they do big investments, the price doesn't change so much. So people is wanting to burn SHIB. That means to remove tokens from the supply.